Hi there, welcome. I am Jody, and I'm the founder of Clean Kiss Lifestyle and also Soma and Soul Wellness. The reason being is that what we put on our body is so important and vital to our overall optimal health. So, as women in midlife, we want to make sure that we are balancing our hormones, that we are keeping everything very optimally running. And one of the ways that we can do that is by making sure that we're not putting toxins on our body. So it's scientifically proven that about 60 to 70% of what you actually put on your skin gets absorbed. And so we know that the skin provides a really nice barrier for our body to keep pathogens out of our body and also to keep hydration and to keep our organs protected and to keep our body temperature up and to keep everything else nice and warm on the inside. So skin is not just about vanity. Our skin plays a really vital role in keeping our body healthy and in keeping our hormones healthy and balanced. So one of the things I hear a lot from women in midlife is that they are struggling with their hormones. And they're struggling with hot flashes and not sleeping and feeling anxious all the time and weight gain and all these crazy things, as well as all of a sudden new sensitivities of our skin and or new dryness. There's so many reasons why things like this happen to our skin when we get into midlife. And that's I'm going to save that for other episodes. Today's episode is all about talking about the toxins that are in skincare products that we want to avoid. And so as a natural skincare formulator, I got into holistic wellness and health when my babies were young, when they were on the precipice of being tweens. So before they hit their teen years, I started formulating natural deodorant because I didn't want my body or their bodies to have the toxins that are in so many mainstream commercially prepared deodorants. Things like aluminum, things like artificial synthetic fragrances that really wreak havoc on our hormones. So I did not want my daughters to have that in their body, and I didn't want it in my body either. Quite frankly, as a woman in midlife, I've been struggling with estrogen dominance, PCOS, infertility, all the things, all my life. I knew that I had to really clean up what I was putting in my body by way of my skin. So that's how Clean Kiss was born. And I'm very passionate about helping women to live their best life by doing all the things, but really three main things. And one of them includes non-toxic living. So that's what I'm talking to you about here today. So I mentioned synthetic fragrance, synthetic or artificial fragrance. I just want to share a couple little facts with you. One is that mainstream commercially prepared companies that prepare skincare and cosmetics and hair care in North America, in Canada, and in the United States, we are not required, as manufacturers, we are not required to list every ingredient on the label of our products. So I do. So Clean Kiss lists every single ingredient that goes in here because I know how important it is as a consumer to know what you are putting on your body, especially if you are suffering with any sort of allergies or sensitivities or, anything that's going on with your hormones, anything that's going on, you need to know what you're putting on your body and in your body. But you are not legally required as a manufacturer to disclose that. So if you look at any of your products that you have in your bathroom presently, so don't do it now, but you can do it after you're finished watching this video, check for the word fragrance in your products. So the word fragrance is a catch-all for more than 10,000 different chemicals that can be included under that word fragrance. So even something that you are purchasing that is fragrance-free, it's free of any sort of fragrance, that means it's free of any sort of scent, but it doesn't mean that it's free of all the other chemicals that they can list under the word fragrance. So it is a little bit tricky, and it's very, very misleading to consumers. I personally believe as a brand in full disclosure, and I believe that consumers need to know exactly what they're putting on their body. So let me ask this question that you're probably wondering is, why does it even matter? Does it matter if I'm using something that's deemed a fragrance or that's a synthetic chemical? And the question is, the answer rather, is that it depends. So sometimes, yes, it really does matter. Most things, to be honest, I don't want to leave you with the impression that chemicals are bad, because a chemical truly is anything that is made that goes to a manufacturing facility and gets any sort of processing done to it. So all chemicals are not bad. What is harmful is if those chemicals contain something called phthalates or parabens, if it contains petroleum. These are all things that you want to avoid. SLS. So let's talk about SLS. If you use a shampoo, a body wash, a hand soap, anything like that gets all sudsy and foams up when you're using it, chances are it has SLS in it, sodium lauryl sulfate. So I want you to look at the label and I want you to see if it has SLS. SLS has been linked to some health conditions and some illness. So you definitely want to make sure that you're avoiding SLS. The other thing is phthalates that I mentioned. So anything that is really scented and it's a synthetic scent, you could even be fooled and think that you're using something that is a purely natural scent, but it might not be. It might contain phthalates. Some of the big offenders are body sprays, body lotions, body washes, some perfumes would contain phthalates, but things around your house as well. So laundry products, laundry soap, fabric softener are loaded with phthalates unless it's specifically noted that it's phthalate free. Candles you could be buying could be containing phthalates. Air fresheners are the worst. So don't use those air fresheners, those plug-ins and other air fresheners around your house, especially aerosols. You don't need them. There's so many natural ingredients that you can use if you are looking to naturally scent your home in a beautiful way. But why does all of this matter? Like, what does it matter if I use something that says petroleum in it? What does it matter if I use SLS or phthalates? Here's why it matters. It matters at any age. So it matters if you are a tween, that you are about to enter puberty. It also matters if you are a woman in midlife and you are going through perimenopause, menopause, or even postmenopausal. All of this matters because all of these synthetics or all of these toxins that I mentioned, and I only mentioned a few, there's definitely a lot of other toxins that we need to be wary of. But I only mentioned a few. And the reason that we are concerned with these toxins is that they are endocrine disruptors. So what does that mean? Your endocrine system is your hormones, and we need hormones in order to perform all the functions of our body. So we often think of the sex hormones, estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, but there's also other hormones that control our thyroid and that control our neurotransmitters. And so our happy hormones, our serotonin, these are all things that are controlled by our endocrine system. So if we are overburdening our system with all of these toxins, then the hormones cannot perform at their optimal function. They cannot perform at their best. And then you might be suffering with worse perimenopause symptoms. You might be suffering with that weight gain. You might be suffering with headaches. That was my big thing. So there's lots of things that could be going on, inflammation in the body, and that is going to change how your body is able to perform. So really important that you pay attention to what you are putting on your body. Pay attention to how you feel, how you react with different scents and different products. Even if it's listed as a fragrance-free product, there could still be what the manufacturers deem as fragrance in the ingredients. Also, pay attention. Maybe the word fragrance isn't there, but maybe there's all kinds of other things that you cannot understand what this ingredient is. We have to use, as a manufacturer, we use something called an INCI name. And this is the international nomenclature that names an ingredient. So that if I say coconut oil, it's actually Cocos nuciferus. So anybody in the world using this international nomenclature or the INCI name knows that Cocos nuciferus is coconut oil. So as manufacturers, we have to use that. As a layperson, you might not know what Cocos nuciferus is, but as you start to get accustomed to using natural products, you will see names like that on the bottle. It doesn't mean that they're toxins. It means that they are being used as the INCI name. If you ever have any questions, you should be able to send an email or get in touch with your manufacturer. So at Clean Kiss, I pride myself on being available to customers that have questions about ingredients. So know what you are putting on your body, ask questions, do your research. You don't want anything to be messing with your hormones in midlife, and really pay attention to that. What you put on your body is just as important as what you put in your body. So keep yourself safe, keep yourself feeling really optimal and energized in midlife, because you only have one body and one health, and you want to make sure that it's at its best. Have a great day. Please subscribe to this channel by clicking below, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye now.